Good morning. Thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word. I'm Barry Bryson, and we're continuing our study of David's biographical Psalms, and we're in Psalm 3 today, which is the first of David's Psalms in the book of Psalms, and it's also the first one, of course, that has biographical information in the superscription. It says up top, a Psalm of David when he fled from his son Absalom. We know about these events from 2 Samuel chapters 15 and 16. We're not going to rehearse them all today, but Absalom, David's son, has mounted an initially successful coup and has amassed an army. David has had to flee the capital with those soldiers loyal to him, and along with his general Joab, and they will eventually meet on the field of battle. It's a tough time for David because he loves his son, and Absalom is going to die, even though he makes a decree that no one is to kill Absalom. Absalom dies anyway. At the end of the battle, with David's victory, David's forces victorious, he is just distraught. He's inconsolable. He just says, Absalom, my son, my son. To the point that Joab tells him, hey, these men put their lives on the line for you today, and you don't even care. The man who was trying to kill them is the one you are mourning for, so, you better put on a brave face for your men. It's an awful event in the life of David, and he also knows, as you know as well, having read 2 Samuel, what happens in chapters 11 and 12, that David has made this mess. I mean, this is all David's mess. He is the prime cause of the events that led to the death of his son Absalom on the battlefield and the palace coup. So Psalm 3 is written in the middle of this event. Psalm 3 is written when he's on the run. He's written in the open field. He's written, at the tent. Written in bivouac. This psalm is, and it's about what's happening to him and his trust in God. So let's read Psalm 3. O Lord, how many are my foes? Many are rising against me. Many are saying of my soul, there is no salvation for him in God. But you, O Lord, are a shield about me, my glory and the lifter of my head. I cried out to the Lord, and he answered me from his holy hill. I lay down and slept. I woke again, for the Lord sustained me. I will not be afraid of many thousands of people who have set themselves against me all around. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for you strike all my enemies on the cheek. You break the teeth of the wicked. Salvation belongs to the Lord. Your blessing be upon your people. But we know this happens later in life because we have the superscription that dates it. And it has all the hallmarks of the things we say we look for in a late psalm. It's brief. It's only 8 verses, composed of couplets. And in no way does David try to self-justify. He just expresses very simply his absolute devotion on God. It forms a chiasm. We talked yesterday about the way David speaks to us and to God at the same time. And that going back and forth between us and God forms the structure of these couplets, because he first speaks to God, then to us, then to both of us in the couplet, and then to God again. So it goes God, both us, both God, and that's the structure of the psalm. And I don't know whether David intended on structuring it this way, or whether this is, as we see so many times before, the signature of the Holy Spirit. But we see verse 8, that one couplet, he talks to us both. The first line is salvation belongs to the Lord, that's us. And the second line is your blessing be upon your people, that's God. So So it ends. It ends that way, and we see that that is the structure of the psalm. I love the proof that he has that God cares for him. I lay down and slept, and I woke up again. I wake up in the morning. That's all the evidence I need that God is taking care of me. I woke up this morning, and I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning, and I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to be afraid of 10,000s of people, myriad of people who have set themselves against me all around. I was told by a fellow I met one time at Hebrew Union College in Cincinnati that that verse, "I will not be afraid," that verse 6 is like a marching tune. It's a song that they drill to in the Israeli army. I don't know, but that's what he told me. The thing I love about this psalm is he states the clear situation. I'm on the run because I've got a lot of enemies, and they are united against me. And the absolute trust he has in God. But the thing that upsets him is not that he doesn't deserve this. It's that people are saying he's been deserted, and he hasn't. And that's the thing that he wants to celebrate. God has not deserted me. Not that I'm the great king, not that this isn't fair, not that you have no right. We see in the book of 1 Samuel and the book of 2 Samuel that David certainly has a high enough testosterone level, and that comes to the surface at times when he acts not so much like a godly man, but like a dude. That doesn't happen often, but it does happen a few times. But it doesn't happen in the Psalms. Not when he's talking to God, and not when he's talking to us about God. And it is completely absent from this song. And anyway, that's what I wanted us to see about Psalm 3 today. Thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes. And we'll pick up with Psalm 7 next time.